What's going on, guys? So check it out. I just wanted to talk briefly about my brake light I got in. As you can see, I've already started working on it. This metal plate on the back is something that I'm working on making. It obviously does not come with it, but anyway, that's just for mounting. So here it is. I chose this one because it's an all-in-one unit. This actually serves as a brake light, a blinker light, and a running tail light. So, and the center here of each one of these circles is your blinkers. The actual running tail lights and the brake lights are just this ring of LEDs around this. And then right here, you can kind of see the 4 LED diodes sitting there. So those 4 guys are just white LEDs. And what they're meant to be, I think, is just a license plate illumination. But obviously, I don't have a license plate, so I don't have to worry about that. But I've already figured out the pinout on these. Obviously, they may not all brands be the same, but black is your ground, yellow is your running tail light, red is the brake light, and depending on which way you mount this, orange is either going to be your right blinker or your left blinker, and then again, blue will be either your right blinker or your left blinker again. You know, it depends on if you run this way, or if you flip it over and run it like this, you know, all of a sudden right becomes left and vice versa. But I think I'm gonna mount mine like this. It'll sit up in there, kind of like so. I'm not sold on the bracket that I've got. I really kind of wanted this to sit up a little bit higher, maybe up in here somewhere, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I could always drill the holes, re-drill them, or honestly just re-drill these on the back and mount the light itself up a little bit higher. But the reason I thought it looked cool is because these remind me of the nozzles, the afterburner nozzles on a jet. So that's definitely going to add horsepower, right? So, but yeah, there you go. I'll probably run the wire harness up along this tube and then down the inside of this tube here and then on down into there. For a blinker controller, I bought this off Amazon. It was like 12 bucks, maybe less. It came with this switch right here, turn signal. You know, press it up to go to the right, down to go left. I think they really should have printed this like this, horizontal, and an arrow pointing this way and an arrow pointing that way. But, you know, I'm not the design engineer behind that, so nobody asked me. Anyway, here's the blinker module. These things, it annoys me because these things don't come with any kind of wiring diagram. Your wiring diagram is that. And it, honestly, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I figured out though what the pinout is. Red is obviously your power, and black is your ground. And then the green right here, this is your signal. So your green, basically black and red get connected to your power source, to the car battery essentially. Or if you're running like a switch or a relay, you would connect it to that. Or like a distribution panel, you would run into that. The green, though, is what goes to your actual switch. You can think about this as your signal wire. The green is your signal that carries your power for the signal operation of the blinkers. So what would happen is you would tie this off to the center pin, the neutral position. Then you would have either the orange cable or the blue cable going to this connector, depending on which way you're running your blinkers. And then either the orange, whatever's left, whether it's blue or orange, it would go to this pin. And then this odd man pin out here, I think that's actually just to power up the built-in LED behind this. But yeah, that is how the pinout would go. This goes to the center pin, and then this would go to the left and right blinker, respectively. And even if you get the wiring backwards, literally just pop the connector off and flip them, and then that would make it right. So there we go. I'll be putting blinkers in soon. And for a switch, let's see if I can find it over here under all this mess that I've got to clean up. Yeah, here it is. I got this little switch off Amazon. It's some kind of I think like a universal brake light switch for like a classic car, I think. Anyway, the plan is to mount this guy right down here, like so, up in there, and then I'll hook the other end of it where this hook is. That'll get hooked up to my brake pedal. So when I push on my brake, when that brake pedal's pressed, it drags this spring and makes the switch actually close. So this is how the switch works. You bolt it down using those two holes. You would make your connections here. And whenever you pull on this spring, it pulls, and that is how the switch opens and closes, just like that. Pretty simple. And the nice thing is that the extension spring here gives you some leeway with the amount of throw back and forth that your brake pedal has. Thank you.